We were actually offered the chance to go and help build the UK's newest roller coaster. I've got to say thank you to Josephine from Kent at this point because she sent us an email to say we should go and check it out. But actually, we were already on it, Josephine. Take a look. Roller coasters! They really are the king of the theme park. And every year, they get bigger, faster, and more exciting!
There are more than 160 roller coasters in the UK. With loops, drops, twists, bumps, rolls, tunnels and plenty of surprises, they're all designed for maximum exhilaration. But those who ride them are always looking for the next big adrenaline rush.
Well, they won't have to wait for long because the latest addition to the thrill-seeking tick list is being built right here at Alton Towers, in that big hole.
This is the construction site for Secret Weapon 7, the code name for a new £18 million ride, which, when it opens, will be a world record breaker.
What's going on in here is a closely guarded secret, but luckily Blue Peter have been given exclusive access to tell you all about it. There's just one problem. This new roller coaster is so top secret, nobody really wants to talk about it. We'll see about that.
To get the inside scoop about this huge building project, I'm meeting boss of rides at the park, Terry. It's his job to oversee every bit of construction work in this muddy pit.
And there's a certain rule about not building the roller coaster to a certain height. You can't go higher than the trees, can you? Why is that?
We're in a conservation area, so it's really important that we treat that with respect. So we don't want to go over the tree canopy, so the local community can't see the ride from anywhere around the boundary of the site. So in order to do that, we have to go down.
If you wanted a really tall ride, would you just dig deeper so that you could have that height?
Yes, basically that's the answer.
What is it about this ride that's so much better than the other ones that are here?
Okay, this ride will be the longest ride that we have at the Alton Towers Resort. To make it a world's first, we will actually invert our riders 14 times during the cycle. So they will actually go upside down 14 times on this ride.
If you need any help while I'm here, I would love to get involved.
That would be great. At the moment, we're pouring concrete. We've got 800 tonnes to pour, so let's go and pour a bit of concrete on it.
I would love to.
Time to get my hands dirty. I'm building a roller coaster.
It's actually quite amazing and very hard work to think that all this concrete has got to fill this amount of space, and your guys have got to stand here every day doing this.
Once the ride's concrete foundations are set, bolting together the metal coaster track in theory is simple, like putting together a model train set, except when it snows, because that delays work.
The cold weather is holding us back a little bit. We are still progressing and we're doing okay.
16 weeks ago, I was on this site to help lay some concrete into the foundations, so today I thought I'd come back to see how my little patch of concrete is doing. Apparently it's really well. They've stuck a roller coaster in it.
I'm helping the team put Secret Weapon 7 together by adding the track that will be at the very end of the ride. I'm driving a crane.
You just push that forward nice and steady and you'll feel it start to lower down and you'll see it obviously, and there you go.
That's it.
And that's
Job
it.
done.
Job done, well
That
done.
was brilliant, thanks mate, that was amazing. That piece of track is now in place.
Yeah.
You've only got to do that another 400 times and the ride's built.
And we're done.
But building a brand new roller coaster doesn't start with mechanical machines in a massive hole. It actually begins in a much smaller space, someone's head. One of the team that dreamt up Secret Weapon 7 is theme park designer Ben Dowson. And he's now going to reveal the ride's name.
This ride is called the Smiler, which isn't an obvious name for a ride of this thrill level. The park is all about making Britain smile. So we've added lots and lots of twisted effects. There's lots of optical illusions and camera trickery. We develop everything as one package to really sort of maximise the effect of the Smiler.
We made it even more scary by putting a spider above it.
This big structure strides over various parts of the track,
Right.
and has lots of effects. So when you're on the ride, you get sprayed with water, you get tickled, you get flashed with light, all that sort of thing to really enhance the psychological side of the experience.
Apparently I have a bit of a job.
Yeah, we've got some finishing touches to do to the giggler leg, I believe.
Brilliant. If it comes to finishing touches on a giggler leg, I'm your man. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
This metal spider is key to the Smiler's theming. I'm having a riveting time putting the finishing touches to one of its legs.
Oh, that's it. Yes.
There you go, that looks good to me.
Beautiful, that one, isn't it?
Nice work.
Fantastic. And the giggler is ready. It's been such a brilliant journey watching this roller coaster being built from what was just a load of soil. And of course I've played a little part in helping to build a little bit of it. But the more important thing that I'd like to tell you right now is the next time I'm going to be here, I'm going to be one of the first members of public to actually ride it. I cannot wait.
After 3,000 hours of hard work, with 700 tons of steel, over a kilometre of track and 31,000 bolts holding it together, the Smiler is ready to ride. So I've brought Helen along to see which one of us is the biggest adrenaline addict.
This is a world record-breaking roller coaster. 14 loops in 165 seconds. It's going to be mad. Of course we can. But first, I want you to meet somebody. Follow me.
This is thrill engineer Professor Brendan Walker. He is here to investigate how this ride plays with our emotions.
Helen, meet Professor Brendan Walker. How you doing?
Hi,
All right?
Brendan.
Hi, Helen.
You all right?
Brendan, well, kind of nervous, really. I mean, look at it. It's the most confusing thing to look at. What it's like to ride it, I've no idea.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it's designed to do. Just play with this real cocktail of emotions, which are quite natural to feel. So, do you fancy giving it a go now?
Yes.
Yes.
Go on then. Speak to you afterwards.
Thanks, Brendan.
The ride is so new, it's not yet open to the public, so my fellow passengers are crash test dummies. And Helen, finally, after months of waiting, I'm on the Smiler.
What we're about to do now is the first 7 loops.
What?
The most in the world in one short burst.
I giggle when I'm nervous.
Do you? I wee when I'm nervous.
We're whizzing around at 53 miles an hour. The twists and turns of the track create a 4.5 G-force on our bodies, similar to what jet fighter pilots experience in flight.
After a quick spin, well, several, we're sticking to our seats and rattling around again, all in the interests of science, of course.
Brendan's hooking us up to a facial recognition system, which analyses our face muscles and reads a range of emotions. You feel alright?
Yeah?
You look cool.
Thanks.
Out of all of our adventures on Blue Peter, this should finally confirm which one of us is the biggest thrill seeker.
Judging by your face, Barney, it's no contest.
Yeah, we'll see. The Professor's helmet cam is recording every grin, groan and grimace, and when this data has been number crunched, it should reveal how much of an emotional roller coaster we've been on.
Right, my turn.
Experiment over, it's back to Brendan's makeshift lab for the results.
How can you tell what we're feeling by filming our faces?
Your face is made up of about 43 different muscles, and each one of those, depending what emotion you're sensing, is going to start twitching. So every different emotion's got a very specific collection of muscles. The computer is going to tell us how happy you are, how nauseous you are, basically how sick you're feeling, how fearful you are, how surprised, so basically shocked you are, and then how sad, so this is more to do with anxiety, but also how neutral your face is, because all the time you have a neutral expression, it's a bit like that. So a lot of the time you'll be doing that as well. So let's go for you first, Helen. So you reckon overall your most dominant emotion is going to be what?
Bossy.
Happy. Yeah, I was going to say dominant.
Let's see. Here we go.
I'm neutral.
So
I'm
neutral,
happy.
so let's ignore that for a moment, because everybody has neutral expressions. But you've got loads of happiness going on in here. Little moments of fear, a little bit of nausea, probably as you're twisting and turning. I mean, just look at your facial expression. But what you probably don't realise is there's sadness as well, which is a bit of anxiety creeping in as well. But happiness is absolutely the most dominant emotion. And all those other emotions of nausea, fear, surprise, sadness, very small. So for you, you'll be smiling all the way through that ride, and that's what we saw clearly in the video. Now, Barney, first off, lots of anxiety going on in here, and that nausea is bouncing around, but sadness, 36%. Happiness, only 5 at this point.
Feeling sad now.
Right. So be you ride. But you're scared of. That proves it then. The facial recognition test shows categorically that I am the biggest thrill seeker.
No, you're not.
You're 36% sad, Barney.
I'm not.
Science has proved it.
No, I'm happy there and there. See? Science, schmience.
It was amazing, and if that camera was on my face now, it would be probably about 92% happy that I'm not on the ride. Although it was amazing. You just didn't know where you were, did you? I couldn't even count the loops.
You were laughing.
I was laughing.
You might have been crying, but it sounded like you were laughing.